been doing powers, and now we're going to do powers that are fractions. Now it's a little bit different setup this time, and so what I want you to understand is that powers and radicals, they undo each other. It's like multiplication, division, adding and subtracting. They're equal, but they kind of are the opposites of each other. And so the reason why I bring this up is because when you have a fraction power, it really means we're going to add in the radical into the mix. So here's your setup. Your base is 8, so we put an 8 here. Okay? The top number is your power. Okay? So 8 squared. Your bottom number is your radical. So this would mean the cubed root. Now, since powers and radicals are equal to each other, again, that kind of order thing doesn't matter so much. So we could have set it up like this. We could have said the cubed root of 8 all raised to the second power. You're going to get the same thing either way. Okay, so the setup is the lower number, that is your radical, your root, and your top number, that's your power. So you just need to memorize the setup. After that, it's just going through it. So let's do it this way. 8 squared is 64, and then we want the cubed root of 64. So we're looking for the number that we multiplied together 3 times to get 64. So let's just go through it. We go 2 times 2 times 2. No, that's 8. 3 times 3 times 3. No, that's 27. 4 times 4 times 4. There we go. That's our 64. So that means the cubed root of 64 is 4, and there's our answer. All right, now let's do it the other way, and I'll show you it doesn't matter which way you do it. So first we'll start with the cubed root of 8, something multiplied together 3 times to get 8, and we just said that was 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that's going to give us the cubed root of 8. And now we're going to square that, and see, we get 4, either way. Now let's look at the kind of questions we're going to have for homework. We're going to add in variables. All right, let's do our setup. Let's say 27, x to the 9th, y to the 6th. I like to do the root first because it keeps my numbers nice and small before I have to raise them to the power. Okay, so again, this is your root, this is your power. All right, so let's do each base one at a time. I'm looking for the number we multiply together 3 times to get 27. We'd already figured that out. That was 3 times 3 times 3 gives us 27. So the cubed root of 27 is 3. Now I'm looking for the cubed root of x to the 9th power. That means something I'm multiplying together 3 times to get x to the 9th. And if we recall, x to the 3rd times x to the 3rd times x to the 3rd, well, that's 369. So the cubed root of x to the 9th is x to the 3rd. And yes, we are doing division, right? We're saying 9 divided by 3 is going to give us x to the 3rd. Just like before when we did power to power is multiplication, power and radical together, that's our division. All right, so that also means, think of it over here, the cubed root of y to the 6th, well, 6 divided by 3 is squared, and y squared times y squared times y squared, yep, that gives us y to the 6th. All right, then we're going to raise everything to the 4th power. Now, this is why I did the radical first, because I know these numbers are going to be really big. So if I had to go 27 to the 4th power and then take the cubed root, yeah, I don't know if I could do that in my head. So I'm going to do it the other way around. At this point, I can say, all right, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that's going to give me, right, 3 to the 4th power, that's going to give me 81. Okay, distributing here, we get x to the 12th, and distributing here, we get y to the 24th. Remember, the alternate is we would write these parentheses out 4 times, then you can see it all laid out, and then you're just multiplying it all together. And remember, you know you love math.